Hi, everybody. So it is the eve of Election Day, and to say the least, it's kind of a shit show. And listening to everybody's opinions and looking on social media, and then there's a lot of burnout, which I think is kind of funny because there's some people who just like straight up can't stand hearing about the election anymore. And frankly, I don't really know how I feel anymore. I feel kind of annoyed, and yet I'm still going to go vote tomorrow because I don't want to be one of those people who complains for the next 4 years about something and never even gave her vote. There are definitely some propositions that I want to vote yes on and some that I want to vote no on. But ultimately, I feel like we're just kind of swimming in like this endless ocean of no end in sight. And one of the biggest things I'm worried about is our medical system, because, and this has nothing, and I'm just going to repeat this again, nothing to do with Obamacare. This has to do with private insurance companies, and I have to get on my soapbox a little bit and explain to people who want to blame everything on the president or the political system. It's not actually all, that's not true. There is definitely an impact to some degree, but the truth of the matter is those freaking insurance companies are just murdering us. They honestly have obviously nothing to gain other than money, 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 money. I'm not paying for this medication. They've been telling us how to treat our patients. They've been refusing coverage of certain medications due to cost, and it's just becoming so ugly. And the pharmaceutical companies are out of control, and it's like nobody is really regulating them. And I want to just tell you all of you Americans out there, that some of the medications which you pay quite a bit of money on right now are being sold, manufactured exactly the same way, and being sold in other countries for much cheaper. So maybe we're a bunch of fools. Maybe we deserve what we get because we just kind of sit and take it, and everybody's like, oh, that's what it is. I pay my Blue Cross insurance every month. I pay my Blue Shield every month. I have the best insurance. And I mean, you should hear some of the stuff I hear from patients and from insurance companies. Patients come in and they're like, but I have the platinum plan. And I'm looking at them like, a platinum ring? Because this is no platinum insurance plan you have here. This is a joke. It's just called the platinum plan because they want you to spend more money. Okay, that's good. Oh, anyway, I am a little jaded, not just a little bit, but quite a bit, because it's painful for me to hear how some of my patients who are in their early 60s, before being able to be eligible for Medicare, are paying over $800 for insurance, and they actually don't have lots of medical problems, like just high cholesterol, for instance. I heard that the other day. I couldn't believe it. It was disgusting. That same insurance company won't pay for Crestor, but will pay for their patient's Lipitor. The same patient that is paying $890 a month, okay, for insurance, is being told that they will not, we will not cover your Crestor, we will cover your Lipitor. And then there's me, who's the doctor, who's saying, but I like the Crestor. That's what I picked for my patient. That was the medication I wanted to give my patient. Who are you sitting behind the desk charging the patient $900 and paying me maybe $90 for the visit? Gonna tell me to change the patient's medication. So I think, number one, as physicians, I want to just tell America and the world that as American doctors, we really are being stripped of our autonomy entirely by these insurance companies and by the pharmaceutical companies, because they're hiking up prices at their own will for cash. And we complain, oh, the EpiPen and the EpiPen, and oh my goodness, what's going on? Well, what is really going on? And for God's sake, what is going to happen tomorrow when either one of those candidates that are more likely to win wins? How is that going to change our medical system? For me, that's the most important thing here domestically. On an international level, I think we're screwed, and I think we've screwed up anyway, so it's kind of like, they're all the same. That's how I feel personally. But what I'd like to say is that I hope that in the next couple of years, as doctors and as patients, you speak out and you tell your insurance company you are leaving them because they suck. And you're going to go to a different insurance plan that's going to cover your medication and pay your doctors and cover you the way they're supposed to. I don't know how that's going to happen, but there's got to be a solution to this nonsense because it's gone too far. And I sit every day in shock as to what's really happening. I have patient after patient coming to me because their doctors have gone concierge or fee-for-service. You guys may have heard some of these terms, which I'm stating right now so that you hear them from me. And the reason those doctors have gone concierge or fee-for-service is because they're not getting paid anything from these freaking insurance companies. And I mean, come on. Who wants to spend 12, 15 years in school and training and sacrifice their nights and sacrifice their family and there's a lot we sacrifice for our patients' well-being. And we truly care about our patients. But at the end of the day, you might, spend, 10 hours on your patients and taking good care of them and high liability and paying your malpractice, and then find out that the claim you billed $150 on or $250 on, the insurance company's paying you 49% of that. On top of all of that, Medicare's now going to start fining doctors if they quote unquote don't meet certain requirements and what we call meaningful use. We as physicians are going to be fined if you're not taking your blood pressure medication. Imagine how we feel when you come in and you're like, I don't need this medication. And I'm like, oh God, their blood pressure's 160/90 and they're a Medicare patient. Great. Thank you, Mr. Jones or Mr. whoever, because you're just adding to my problems. You're just causing me to be fined. Thank you. How do I control what you do? I can't do that. So I just kind of go, I'm a fairly young doctor. I'm still not, 20 years into practice or whatever. So I still have energy. But those docs that are like, what the heck is going on? I worked too hard for this. They pieced out and did their concierge service. I don't want to do the same, and I also don't want generations after me in doctors, currently medical students or pre-med or high school students who are going to be your future doctors of America. I do not want them to also give up hope at the end of all this and go, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't accept insurance. I take cash. Well, if you all want to pay us cash, okay, then don't talk. Keep doing what you're doing, because that's where it's all going to go, is eventually doctors are going to go, sorry. Okay. It's cheaper for my patient who's paying nearly $900 a month to pay me in cash and pay the tax penalty, which she would have if she did not have insurance. It's cheaper for her to pay me cash for a visit because she only sees me maybe 4 times a year, and I might charge her anywhere from like $100 to $300 depending on the specialty that I have. And hey, guess what? She all of a sudden has spent less money. The only time that's catastrophic is if she gets admitted to the hospital. But some people might be willing to take that risk, which is sad and unfortunate and ridiculous, since we call ourselves America and we value and we boast about our country of wealth and education and health and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, health, if you're paying $1,000 a month to an insurance company, then hopefully you'll be healthy because you're doing the right thing. Anyway, I just had to complain because tomorrow everybody's going to hopefully be voting. Not everybody, but I really wish people would vote. And I don't even know if that's going to help us in the big picture. But anyway, and I think one of the things we need to think about after the voting season is over is, what the hell are we going to do about our domestic problems? Our tax dollars are going towards things that just seem to be remaining the same. I'm just looking out for people. I just want to look out for people. I just want people to do well. And I especially want people who are paying for insurance to get good coverage. It's the only fair thing for them to have. As for the people who've never had insurance and after Obamacare has come out, now have insurance, I value that. I think that's valuable for us. I think it's good for America to have some plan for people who have not been able to afford insurance, or who have pre-existing illnesses who might actually be charged even more than this person I'm telling you about. They might have over $1,000 a month in insurance costs, and that's just murder, and you're just asking for those people to die because they won't be able to keep up with the cost of that after a while, unless they're rich. But anyhow, that is my soapbox in a nutshell. If you don't want to vote, I can't blame you, but then don't freaking complain, okay? Just like keep it to yourself, because whoever wins tomorrow, it's a little scary, but just keep it to yourself, okay? All right.